Hello students, myself Rakesh Misra. In this video lecture, we will begin the breathing and exchange of gases. This is all about matter of class 11. As you all know, this is matter of chapter 17. In previous video lecture, you have learned all about matter of chapter 15. Why? Because chapter 16 is eliminated from session 2020-21. Because of having corona pandemic, many lessons, as you know, as well as the topic from the different lessons get eliminated. Because of, in order to reduce the chapter, and I will try to cover the overall chapter as well as the topic within the certain time of period, so that you should learn properly and you should prepare for your examination. So without delay time, we get back over the chapter 17, the breathing and exchange of gases. As you all know, breathing is the physical process of inhalation of and exhalation of the gases. Inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of carbon dioxide. In chapter 14 in detail I have discussed about the exchange of gases and breathing are two different things. While in plants, exchange of gases and breathing occurs in the same place, that is in the stomatal region, while in the aerial region. In case of animal, the breathing and exchange of gases occurs in two different places. For example, in nostril side, suppose that this is your nostril, then inhalation process occurs. After some time, the carbon dioxide get released out. This is not a magic. When you inhale oxygen, immediately you will exhale, then there is the carbon dioxide. There is no any magic. There is the logic. And what logic? The respiration. Respiration happens in the cell, while the carbon dioxide after respiration, that is the respiratory product is carbon dioxide and energy, the carbon dioxide get eliminated out and return back to the same system as the oxygen enter. So oxygen that enter to your nostril is utilized in the cytoplasm in order to perform the glycolysis, in order to perform the respiration, and later then the overall synthesis of 38 ATP, as you have learned in chapter 14. So the carbon dioxide that eliminated during the process of respiration is eliminated, and that is released out from the nostril as well as the mouth. That phenomenon is known as breathing. Here you can see that the oxygen and carbon dioxide only enter and comes out. That not exchange. Exchange means when the 500 ml of oxygen get enter and similar amount of carbon dioxide get out, there will be exchange. Here, when you inhale, there is physical change in your body, that is lifting up of the diaphragm, expand of your chest region, and there is some physical movements of your nostril. That is the process of breathing. Breathing is the physical process. You can see the changes, whatever changes during the breathing. But the exchange of gases occurs in the alveolar region. How? Listen carefully. Oxygen that you inhale later pass through the nasal passage, turn to the nasopharynx, later to the trachea, and then the bronchus, and then the bronchiole, and later finally into the alveoli. So finally a balloon-like structure, as you have learned in class 10th and 11th. The balloon-like structure, not 11th is ongoing. In class 10th, you have learned the lungs is it with the balloon-like structure, that is known as alveoli, where the oxygen gets filled, and then the oxygen eliminate out from the alveoli, because alveoli is single layered. Alveoli is single wall layered structure by which the oxygen get eliminated and easily can cross the alveolar region. So the alveoli allow to released out the oxygen into the blood vessels. Then it will turn to the blood vessels and later the carbon dioxide to compare, then the oxygen return back to the alveoli, because both the blood capillary toward the region of alveoli and the alveoli itself are single layered. So the oxygen as well as carbon dioxide can easily skip from alveoli and reach to the region of blood vessels. And similarly, the blood vessels are single wall layered epithelial tissues, so that the carbon dioxide that present in the blood vessels in the blood is later skipped out from the capillary and reach to the alveolar region. Finally, what happens for carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide follow the same pathway as the oxygen enter and reach to the nostril and eliminated out. So the process which happened over here is known as exchange of gases. The process which happened over here is known as exchange of gases. Exchange of gases. And the process that happened over here, that is in the region of nostril, is called as breathing or ventilation, which involve the inhalation or exhalation. Inhalation for what? The oxygen, and exhalation for what? The carbon dioxide. It is sometimes known as inspiration. Exhalation is also known as expiration. So we can say that the breathing is the process of inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of carbon dioxide, which occurs at the outer part of our body like nostril, and it can physically observe. But the internal process where the exchange of gases occurs between the wall of alveoli and the wall of blood vessels are unseen or remain unseen, that is known as exchange of gases. In compare of oxygen and carbon dioxide, there is some volume, there is some pressure required, that is known as partial pressure, and which will later I will introduce about that. But keep in mind, the partial pressure of oxygen and partial pressure of carbon dioxide play important role to measure whatever the amount of oxygen and whatever amount of carbon dioxide will be exchanged. So in this way we can say that between the external and internal part of the body there is a complete pathway required, and that pathway collectively called as respiratory pathway, or the different organs that involve in the pathway form the respiratory system. So these are actually the respiratory system. These are actually the respiratory system. So first of all, I will introduce you whatever the respiratory system of human being, or the respiration system of human being. So let I introduce you whatever the respiratory system or respiration system of human being. Human respiratory system. Human respiratory system. Human respiratory system. ह्यूमन रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम बहुत ध्यान देना है तभी समझ पाएंगे आप लोग, ठीक है। ह्यूमन रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम विच इंक्लूड्स द लंग्स, नॉस्ट्रिल, larynx, trachea, bronchus, alveoli, bronchioles, diaphragm, etc. Many parts involved in the human respiratory system. So let I introduce you whatever the outer and inner parts of the respiratory system. The upper part include the nostril. So let I introduce the nostril. This is the nostril and this is the nasal passage. This is the opening of nose, that is known as nostril, and this is the nasal passage. Nasal passage means with the nasal palate. There is the opening of mouth where the mouth and the nasal passages are joined at the floor of our body. At the posterior part of our body, the nostril as well as the mouth link together. That is known as the nasopharynx. Here the nasopharynx are joined, and later the pathway that turn to the digestive system and the pathway that turn back into the respiratory system. Keep in mind, the digestive system and the pathway that turn back into the respiratory system. The two pathway get generated. Here I have here introduced you whatever the pathway that turn into the respiratory system. The respiratory system is later enclosed with the very important organ that is known as the glottis. So this portion is known as glottis and this portion is known as gullet. So what is the difference between glottis and gullet? The first opening of respiratory system is known as the glottis and the opening of digestive system that is known as the gullet. ग्लॉटिस के ऊपर एक एनवेलप होता है that is known as epiglottis. That is known as epiglottis, and that epiglottis prevent the solid and liquid food item to move into the respiratory system. So epiglottis is very important, that cover the glottis, and later after glottis there is the very special organ that is known as the larynx. That is from the larynx. Listen, larynx, or it is sometimes known as the Adam's apple, sound box, voice box, or vocal cord, etc. Larynx, it is sometimes known as the Adam's apple, sound box, voice box, vocal cord, etc. So these are the important parts of our the sound producing organ. This is the sound producing organ, and this used to produce the sound by which we can able to speak something. If you want to speak something, then there is a need of very special organ, and that organ is known as the Adam's apple or the sound box or voice box. There are several synonyms available for the Adam's apple or sound box or voice box. It may ask in the competitive examination. You must have to notice there's different synonyms. So the Adam's apple, sound box, voice box and vocal cords are the different parts of our respiratory system. Now after the larynx there is the trachea, primary bronchus, secondary bronchus, bronchioles, alveoli, diaphragm, etc. together to form the different parts of our respiratory system. So let's back over the different other parts of our respiratory system. Just after the trachea there is a need of two different organs. Now just after trachea, just after the Adam's apple, there is a need to draw the different other parts. Suppose that this is the sound box, this is the trachea, and this one is the sound box, this one is the sound box, and that is the further trachea that is divided into two different parts. This is known as the bronchus, the left bronchus and right bronchus. This one is the trachea. Listen, this is the larynx, and the different synonyms as I will introduce about the larynx. Trachea is very essential part of our respiratory system. Listen, this is known as the trachea. This is known as the trachea. This trachea is covered by the ring of cartilage. This is covered by the ring of cartilage. Ring of cartilage. Most of the students are confused whatever the function of ring of cartilage. As you all know, the trachea is muscular in structure. It is tubular and muscular in structure that may collapse even in absence of air. If there is no air presence or even in absence of air, then the trachea may collapse. In order to prevent the collapsing of trachea, there is a need of ring of cartilage, and that ring of cartilage prevent the collapsing of trachea even in absence of air. So, until the air present in between the tracheal wall do not collapse easily. Yet, sometime even in absence of air, the tracheal wall get collapsed. In order to prevent that collapsing, there is a ring of cartilage present in all the part of trachea as well as the bronchus. This two bifurcation is known as the bronchus. This is the right bronchus, right primary bronchus, and this is the left primary bronchus. This is the left primary bronchus. Sorry, this is the left primary bronchus, and this is the right primary bronchus. The left primary bronchus and right primary bronchus. The two different bronchus are actually bifurcated from the point of origin that is known as the hilum. So, what happens when the two different bronchus is released out? There is the formation of lungs. So, in order to draw the lungs, there is need to do the special strategies, and you must have to notice each and every points very carefully. Listen. This is the lungs. This is the lungs. The right lungs is greater than the left lungs. Right lungs is greater than the left lungs. This is the right lungs. And this is the left lungs. As you can see that the right lungs is greater than the left lungs. Right lungs has three different zones. Listen, right lungs has three different zones. The superior lobe, that is known as lobe. Superior lobe, middle lobe, inferior lobe. Superior lobe, middle lobe, inferior lobe. The lobes doesn't mean that the lungs internally have the chamber. The lobes are hypothetical part of our lungs. This is not actual separation inside. This is the only hypothetical lining, and this cannot divide the lungs in three parts. But you can clearly see the three different zones from the outer part of the lungs. The superior lobe, middle lobe and inferior lobe. And this is the second lungs that has only the two lobes, the superior and inferior. This is the superior and inferior. So we can say that the left superior and left inferior as to compare them, because the right superior, right inferior can be confusing. The primary bronchus later turn either into the it will either turn into the superior lobe, or the second one either getting into the middle lobe and third one either getting into the inferior. So when the primary bronchus create a branches, there will be the secondary bronchus. When the secondary bronchus create a branches, there will be the tertiary branches. And most of the part of our lungs is filled with the bronchioles and the balloon shape structure. The second part of video will available in next video lecture, and till then you must have to focus on the diagram, whatever the lungs and whatever the designing of lungs, the right lungs and the left lungs. Only you need to focus on the left lungs and right lungs morphology. In next video onward you will learn the internal structure of lungs. Thank you.